Today I'm going to do a quick video on a Bushmaster AR15. I've had this gun for quite a while. It's gone through a couple iterations, mainly in optics. Obviously it did not come, in this paint configuration. This is like a digital ACU Duracoat. It was done by Rocky Mountain Weaponry. If you got a chance, check them out on the internet. They do really good work. I'm going to do some reviews on some other firearms and they have Duracoated. So anyway, they do a wonderful job, reasonably priced. Turnaround time's pretty quick. Anyway, this is what they call the Izzy model. It's obviously a flat top. This has the 14.5-inch barrel, basically the M4 barrel. The flash suppressor is permanently attached, and it's definitely not ever coming off. I believe it's just pressed on because there's no welds or pins. But it's a true M4 barrel. Obviously it's got the M203 notch. Not really something that you need as a civilian, but I guess for aesthetics it gives it a kind of a pretty cool look. Standard front sight post, gas block, nothing special there. This has got I installed a Daniels Defense Omega rail. This rail is pretty unique in that it doesn't require the weapon to be modified in any way. Basically all you do is you pull the handguard ring back, and then basically all it does is it's two pieces and it mounts around the barrel nut, and then there's some you secure it together, and there's some set screws. They allow you to ensure that the rail is level with the flat top. I played with them a little bit. Didn't seem to really do anything as far as moving it up or down, but I mean, at least looking at it with the with your eye. It's got the Magpul rail covers. These are kind of nice because you can mix and match colors if that's your thing, but they're also pretty durable, and with durability usually comes weight. So if you've got like one of those rifle length rails and you cover both sides of it, it will add some weight to the weapon. It's got the Surefire M900 weapon light. Got your pressure switches there. Activate the main light. There's a pressure switch in the back to operate the red navigation lights. Pretty neat unit. Definitely not the lightest thing out there, but it works. Puts out about 120 lumens. It's pretty bright. It'll probably blind somebody if you shine it in their eyes. Other modifications to the weapon: we have the standard Acog grip. It's rubberized. It's got a nice feel to it. Some finger grooves. I like it a lot better than the standard A2 grip. Other things we did was the GG&G. I believe that's who it is. I mean, I installed this a while back. Single point sling adapter. It's ambidextrous because it's got mounting loops on both sides. The only thing you got to do to install it is remove the stock, slide it over the buffer tube, and then tighten down that Allen key. Done. 15 minutes tops. Pretty easy to install. It's got the Magpul MOE stock. It's a pretty good stock for the money. It doesn't lock down like the CTR stock or CRT stock, but it fits pretty tight on a buffer tube. It doesn't wobble around. Also, there's the Magpul backup iron sight. It's obviously not iron, it's polymer, but it's got a little lever here to flip it up. If you want to use it, obviously the Acog's got to be removed. Anyway, to the Acog. It's a TA301. It's the red chevron version. It's got the, you can see on top here, the fiber optic collector. That's what illuminates the red chevron during the day. There's a tritium lamp inside of it that illuminates the reticle at night. This is a pretty old Acog. I think it's about 6-7 years old. The tritium still works. It's just not as bright as it used to be, but still functional. There's a lot to be said about Acogs, mainly the price. They are not cheap, but as far as a combat sight goes, I mean, there's a lot of really good ones out there, but this is probably one of the best, and I'll tell you right now, it's well worth the money. You'll get years of service out of it, and the nice thing about it doesn't require any batteries. But anyway, the other modification they did, there's two more. This has got the Rainier Arms Raptor charging handle. Basically, you can activate it either side, so it's ambidextrous. Plus, the paddles are big enough that, you know, you're not fumbling around looking for it at night. Also, let it focus there. Got the Magpul bad lever. This allows you to release the bolt without removing your hand from the pistol grip. I'm left-handed, so can't really use it. My son's right-handed. That's who I built this gun for. It's eventually going to be his when he gets of age. But it's got a bigger paddle here that just basically, it just clamps onto the bolt release. So even left-handed, I could put my finger up here. I've got a little bit bigger area to push down on that instead of just the standard AR15. Now let it focus again. But anyway, I mean, it's a pretty decent rifle. In case you're wondering why we got a Star of David on there, my son's Jewish, and you know, and also one of the reasons why I did it in digital ACU, because my son's really into that old modern warfare and Black Ops, Battlefield, and he's like, Dad, can I have a gun that's painted like one of those? So, you know, I did this for his Hanukkah present, and of course, you know, what 13-year-old boy that's into guns wouldn't want something like this? But anyway, it's a good shooting rifle. This is about as close to a real M4 as you can get without actually having to, you know, probably next to impossible to acquire one legally. But anyway, as far as the internals go in the lower, they're all standard Bushmaster, nothing fancy there. It all works like it's supposed to. So anyway, if you got any comments, you know, I'd be more than happy to, or like to hear from you, you know. Tell me what you think, and good shooting.